see your face again. I just wanna go back. Wonder if I see your face again. No sé si es demasiado tarde. Han dicho que encontraste a alguien que lo amas como a nada. Para ti no he sido nadie. Ya no hay más. Y yo sonrío cuando me acuerdo, pensando que fue cierto. Y aquí no pasa el tiempo mientras tú estás sonriendo. Ya no hay más. Yo ya no pregunto dónde estás con otro hombre, mientras pienso en tu nombre, porque de mí te escondes. Ve.
KCYP 97.7 FM. I am excited today, and I want to welcome everyone to a brand new show on 97.7 FM, Evolving in the RGV, with our host, Elsa Medina.
Hello, hello.
How's it going? That's right. And so I want to welcome everyone that's watching us over, Facebook Live, everyone that's catching us on YouTube, our YouTube channel, everyone that is listening to us over the app, Radio Garden, keyword KCYP 97.7 FM, and everyone listening to us over 97.7 FM, as well as on our website, thecity977.com. So without further ado, I'm going to toss it over to Elsa, who's got an amazing show in store for us.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Joe. You know, this is the third time I'm here, right? It's the third time I'm here?
Correct, yes.
And every time it feels like it's the first. So today we're going to be interviewing the amazing Miss RGV Mercedes Leos.
Yes.
And one of her pageant coaches, Savannah Lerma. Yay. So we're going to be talking about her experience at Miss Texas USA, which, guys, I'm so proud of her. We were here last, was it a month ago when we were last year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we were actually talking about her preparation for Miss Texas USA and how she was preparing and how she was going to do. And she exceeded everyone's expectations. You did amazing, Mercedes. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yes, I got to place top 19 against 88 other competitors. So I'm very, very proud of myself. And I'm actually the only one from the RGV to place in the top 19. So that's even better. I get to stay representing.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah.
So tell us, how do you feel now that the competition is over? I know you were going through a roller coaster. You were in a high momentum throughout the last couple of months since you won Miss RGV. How do you feel now that it's done?
Oh gosh, I was literally a chicken without a head going everywhere when the competition was just a few days away. But right now, I definitely want to focus on me more than anything and still keeping up that routine, just not as hard as I used to be, obviously. Definitely still go to the gym just to take care of myself and to be healthy and live that lifestyle. Go back to STC and just keep doing what I was doing and just pursuing that education and letting the kids know that education is always the benefit and just making sure that I'm still being me because, Miss Texas is a title, but what I'm trying to do is change who I am and change the perspective of many other people.
Yes, it's awesome. That's awesome. So Tell me, will you be returning to Miss
Of
Texas USA?
course. No, yeah, without a doubt. I literally, as soon as I stepped out of the stage, I met with my director, Debbie, and I was like, hey, Debbie, I was like, what's the next move? I was like, we need to plan next year already because I'm ready to go. Like, we need to get a title going. We need to get my sponsors going. And 10 more months, and we're going to compete again.
Have they set a date already?
Yeah, like as soon as I think the next day they already have the contestants photos up of the winners, and they put a date already for 2023, right? Yes. 2023. Yeah.
Wow. So I know you have Savannah Lerma here with you.
Yes.
So tell us, what's your connection with Savannah? How did you guys meet? I know she's your coach, and you have several other coaches, but I know you're specifically super close to Savannah.
Yeah, Savannah and I actually met through pageants, well, through modeling. I met her at Debbie Lou, and we had just a lot of mutual connections. We liked the same music, we were kind of into the same things. So it was just a bond that we started, and we just started being friends. Of course, we did what we liked, which was modeling, but our friendship has always been there. And when I was competing for Miss RGV, she's actually been a coach at Debbie Lou Productions for 6 years. So I know she has more than enough experience to teach me anything I needed to know. And I think having a friend as your coach was the best decision because she will tell me the truth. Yes. If I'm walking wrong, she'll tell me. If she's not impressed, she'll tell me. And if you're paying someone, you're paying that person. And they're going to tell you, oh, yeah, you look good. Because, end of the day, they're still getting paid. She did this because she wanted to. She did this because she believed in me. Yes. And that's the most important part, which is why I also think everything that I did was so organic and so it just flowed. And I think it was the best decision I made was having her be my coach. And just the fact that we can be professional. We can be, friends, and we can go out and have, fun. But when we were in that studio, we were literally like, okay, time it. We're going to practice 30 minutes walking, 30 minutes swimsuit, 30 minutes runway, and then we're going to go out. And then we'll be like, okay, yeah, we're going to do this, and this, and then we can leave. Because we needed to be professional.
Yeah, and this is so true because I was at Miss Texas USA. I went as Mercedes stylist, and I got to hang out with Savannah. We were all in the same group of people, and Savannah was so honest with Mercedes the whole time. She would switch from friend to coach in a minute. Mm-hmm. There was a moment after a pageant, she was like, "Give me your phone." She's like, "You're gonna go. You're gonna focus. You're not gonna post. You're just gonna focus. I need you to be the best version of yourself tomorrow." She just switched. After congratulating her and hugging her, she just switched into Coach Savannah, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing." Because you're there and you're full of excitement, you're full of emotions. You can easily forget your purpose there. And Savannah was so on it. And even so, we went together to preliminaries, and on finals, the girls that I went with didn't go to finals. I went with Savannah, and Savannah was like, "We need to hurry. We need to get there on time." She was coaching all of us too, and we're like, "Yes, we're going." She's just a natural leader. It's in you. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely would say our friendship grew stronger through this competition. I coached her for about 6 months leading up to Miss Texas. I also coached her for Miss RGV. That was a given. We knew she had it in her to win, and she was dedicated to go to Miss Texas. And even before she knew that she was going to win, even before she won Miss RGV, she was already practicing as if this is what I'm going to do at Texas. And I get chills talking about it because she was already practicing like the Texas pageant. And then she won RGV, and we're like full force in practicing. She's competing for Texas now, but she was practicing as if she was already top 15. She was practicing. There's certain things you do if you make top 15, and she was already practicing that way. And that's how we knew she was manifesting that in her already, to go out there and place top 15 and represent her city that way. So I was super, super proud that she was able to do that. I feel like we haven't even touched bases on that because both of us have super crazy schedules. We stay very active in the community, and we have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So
tell us, what do you do? What do you do full-time? What do you dedicate yourself? What does a day in Savannah's life look like?
It definitely has multiple hats. I've always been the type to work and work and work and work and work and work. I was going to school, and I had 2 jobs, and not like I pay rent or anything, but I just always wanted my own money. I always wanted to work. and I had passion for certain things. And when I was a junior in high school, I used to compete for pageants, and then I stopped competing for pageants, and I went to modeling. I signed up for modeling classes at Debbie Lou's Modeling Academy, just the way Mercedes did. Her and I were students together. And then within 5 to 6 months of us in her production, in her academy, she asked both of us, hey, I like you guys. You guys are really good at what you do. You carry yourself very well for how old you guys are. We were about, 16, 17.
I was 8, yeah.
You were 18?
17, 18. Yeah.
16, 17 years old at the Modeling Academy, and she asked us to work for her. Mercedes took a different route as far as like pageantry and modeling. I was full force in on the instructor position. I wanted to teach. I felt like I was good at it. I could see that I was good at it, and it came really natural to me. I wasn't afraid to go out there and teach girls that were even my age. My classrooms were filled with girls that were also 17 and 18 years old like myself. And then my older class as well, they were in their 20 plus. I have ladies that are in their 50 plus, and they're my models. And I go in there and I'm able to communicate and interact with all age groups with them. And engage with all the age groups, no matter who you gave me. My classes started from 4 years old to all the way till, you can be 80 years old if you want to be a model. That's awesome.
And I'm older than you, but when I'm around you, I feel protected for some reason. I feel like you're taking care of me, and I'm safe. And
good.
Yeah,
awesome.
Didn't you get the compliment? You have an old soul yesterday.
Yesterday. Mm-hmm. She could not believe that I was only 23 years old. She's like, how?
Oh, like even he just turned like, what? He's 23.
I'm 23, and she was like, wow, like you radiate different, and you're an old soul. I was like, I definitely know that. I do know I'm an old soul, but I do have to thank my director, my boss at Debbie Lou's Modeling Academy. I learned so much from Debbie Chavez. I've grown so much. She was my second mother. She taught me the proper etiquette I needed to know. Just all around, she taught me life skills that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. So that's what I really like to instill in my classrooms is these are things that you're going to use all your life. Crossing your legs as a lady, standing up and helping her with the chair as a gentleman, So these are things that, saying good morning to your parents. Who says good morning to their parents? Half of my class is like, I don't,
Yeah, I don't think I do that either.
You see? And waking up and just going into your living room or your kitchen and your mom's there. Good morning, Mom, instead of like, hey, whatever,
Or not even saying anything at all.
Or just grumpy, Just saying good morning. Walking into your classrooms and saying good morning. Walking into somewhere and saying hi. And I that's something I instill in my classrooms every day, that these are life skills. So
it shows
them
character.
With you.
It shows
definitely
the 5 seconds you present yourself as soon as you walk in the door.
Exactly. Yeah, that's another thing we instill at Debbie Lou's Modeling Academy is first impressions.
Yes.
You leave your first impression at the first 10 seconds that you meet someone.
For sure.
So you want to make it known. You want to make them remember you. So we do teach that as well. We teach proper handshakes. We teach etiquette, dining room etiquette. We teach posture, poses, runway walk, and then I also teach private pageant classes. So pageantry is a little bit different than modeling, so I offer those private classes on the side, whether it's interview, evening gown, or swimsuit, activewear, fashion wear. It's different compared to your modeling. So I do also have private classes where I teach girls pure pageantry. But my full-time job, that's just what I like.
That's just her side job.
Yeah.
that's your hobby, right?
My hobby and definitely my passion. I loved what I was doing at Debbie's, and I stuck with her for 6 years coaching there. But right now, my full-time job, I'm actually the director at the Alamo Chamber of Commerce, where we just stay active in the community and give back to our community within scholarships, and we coordinate events and all that good stuff. So it's kind of up my range too, where event coordinating, fundraisers for scholarships, stuff like that.
Being the boss.
That's what makes it fun, that you're not doing the same thing all day, every day. You're not in an office just looking at your computer on Excel
9 to 5
answering phone calls. You get to break out of your shell, get out of your comfort zone every day. Every day is a new challenge. So that's awesome that you're with the Alamo Chamber.
Thank you. I'm definitely a people person, so I think it's in my blood to just go out there and meet all these people and meet these business owners in Alamo and let them know, hey, we're here to help as the Chamber of Commerce, as the city of Alamo. I go in there and I welcome them, and they feel welcome. They want to stay longer, and that's good because that means revenue in my city.
That is. I love that. You're representing the city that you're from.
Yes.
And even so, Savannah has 5 sisters, right? Savannah, or
I have
4?
3 sisters, and I'm one of the sisters also, or third one, but we're 4 sisters in my family, 4 girls.
Yes, and even then, she still feels like the caregiver. It's in you.
She is. She definitely is. I consider myself another sister.
We have 5
Definitely.
So 5.
Yeah, and Savannah's character is definitely she has 2 older sisters, 1 younger sister, and I still feel like Savannah's the older sister.
Right?
Yes.
A lot of people think that I am the older sister. And I think maybe because I'm taller than my older sister.
Yeah, that too.
My oldest sister is 5 feet flat, and I'm 5'7", so that's a big height difference.
See, I don't think so. I think you can be short and still carry so much power.
Yeah.
Savannah's in you. Okay.
Height is definitely not a reason. No.
One thing I used to say when I was young, like in elementary, they used to ask, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And all the kids are like, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a police officer. I always said I wanted to be a mom.
I love that.
Every time, all the time, I would draw the mom with just like a bun and wearing a nice dress, but she had kids with her all the time.
So cute.
And I grew up saying I wanted to be a mom. Yeah, I still.
Yeah, definitely something I
was
grew.
like, I don't know. I don't even know what I don't remember. I wish I could go back and think. I probably put something like princess.
Doctor, veterinarian.
No, I can guarantee you I did not
princess.
put doctor.
I'm sure it was princess.
I'm pretty sure I did not put doctor.
I had many dreams.
I don't know. As a kid, I mean, I don't know. I was in like gymnastics, but I don't remember what I would put when I was a little.
I don't know why every time I would put a mom.
Bree, so tell us, what was your biggest challenge throughout the weekend of Miss Texas USA?
Definitely being in between, having fun and enjoying it because I did, but also being really strict with myself and not allowing me to like get off the track because I'm there for a reason. And even though it's really fun and there's 88 other girls and they were all so amazing, so smart, so passionate, all of us want the same dream. There must be driven, amazing women that competed. So it was definitely hard to know, okay, yes, I'm gonna win, like yes I'm gonna win, but also you want to be nice and you want to get everybody to have the same experience as you do. So definitely just that, the in between of like you want to have fun and make friends and like be friends forever and follow each other on social media, but you have to be really strict with yourself. You have to you have to. And I know she was a huge help, and I think everybody, but more you were a little distracting. You kept sending me videos and pictures of me and I'm like no, like I'm trying to like no, I think everybody was sending me messages like you look so good, which also can be a distraction because then you get really like, okay, I'm confident. Look at how good. Look at everybody. But I mean, they're your friends and family.
They're supposed to say good stuff.
So then you always have to remember that. You always have to keep your head in the game. Oh,
for sure.
Quoting Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Zac
I know, Mr. Zac Yes.
Yes. It was hard for me not to be.
My mom is
fangirling literally.
Yeah, my mom is always saying she hates for me to compete because she obviously wants me to win. So when she's like, "Ay, es que no me gusta," and she says it whenever I would get first runner up, the many times I've competed, whenever you hold hands with that one person, first runner up, winner, so you're holding hands.
Yeah.
And I would always stay in that position, and she would always watch me stay in that position, count time after time. So then whenever I didn't make the top 5, she texts me, I'm so happy I didn't have to see you in that handshake because I knew I was gonna die. I was like, Mom. I was like, Ma. But she was like, no, I'm so happy, but I know it must cause anybody and any of my parents, to like freak out. But no, everybody was so proud of me. My grandmother got to go out there. It was like her first time seeing me compete in a big stage. So it was awesome. It was great. All my family went out. All my friends also got to go out, which was the best part. I think I had the best crowd. We literally showed them who the RGV was.
Yeah.
I think they were
We were
screaming.
loud.
Yeah, they were screaming RGV like the whole time.
And there was like 20 of us.
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah.
20
We were
young,
so
young,
many.
Yeah.
young, fun, hip, super loud crowd.
Yes, and we had
But there was
posters
like
with Mercedes'
ton of
face.
us.
Yes. No, you should have been there. It was so
There was a ton of us. And then when the pageant
We're taking
ended,
the station.
They
next
still,
year, right?
yes.
Streaming live.
I was streaming live. No, the pageant ended in the hallway screaming RGV. Mind you, I had not won.
We woke up
The winner over there.
upstairs. We woke up everyone in their
Yes.
hotel room.
No, and that's the best part. And I do have to mention everybody from the RGV who were posting on Instagram, who were watching the pageant live. It's so, so, so nice to see people who actually take the time out of their day just to watch the pageant. The pageant is long, first of
Yeah.
all. It's about an
2
hour,
hours.
2 hours. It's 88 people. You have to watch them all walk. So, just the fact that they're purchasing it online, family and friends, it means the world to me. And even though I don't have time to respond to every message with so much love and support that I want to give, I know I just give a thank you and that's it. I do have to add that it's amazing. It carries me through the weekend. All that support, it carries me. That's what I do. I do it because I love it, and just the fact that people think that I'm enough to be Miss Texas is amazing, and I feel over the
Amen.
moon. Yes.
Man, you are enough.
You
are
are
enough.
enough.
I'm so
You always
excited.
know that you are enough.
Of
And
course.
she's still getting stuff that she didn't even know about yesterday. They texted me that she was in the newspaper, and I sent her, "Did you know you were in the newspaper?" She was like, "No, she didn't know." That's awesome.
I got interviewed by KTRGV. I'm gonna be in Made in the 956 next month, I believe. So I'm getting a lot of recognition for being top 19, and it is a huge recognition, and I'm so blessed. And many doors keep opening, so I'm excited for the next year to come back bigger and better, and hopefully we take that crown next year.
Yes,
I'm
that's
excited.
awesome.
I'm super, super excited. She right off the bat knew, walking off that stage, placing top 15, she knew that was her goal, getting there. Placing top 15, that was the first major cut out of 88 contestants. She made the first major cut to 15 now. From 15, they make also a big, big cut and only hit 5. From 5, then everyone places down there. She hit her goal. Her top 15. She hit the goal. She landed it. She walked out of that stage into that hallway with all her friends chanting RGV, and she knew she was going back. She knew that Texas stage was going to see her again next year. So super exciting. I tried to keep her head in the game as much as I could that weekend, and I did create a lot of her content that she had out there.
I definitely need the help.
I know how hectic it could be being in the system, just in practices, in rehearsals, in photo shoots, all of it, rehearsing for the show. So I knew that I had to be the one to kind of take over.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I know you want to
photos
post
and
because you want to
yeah.
keep your audience.
Yeah.
You want to stay active.
Yes, you want to.
Yeah.
You want to show them what you're going through because I think they're supporting you too. But
Yeah.
it's I could imagine how hard it is to be creating content, posting, and then being focused.
No, not just that. This is a 2-day pageant, and I think I slept a total of maybe 6 hours that's the most. I woke up at 4 a.m. on Friday. I started doing my hair and makeup at 4 a.m. Check-in was at 8 a.m. And then right after check-in, we had to start rehearsals because the show was that day. Yeah. So we had no time for anything. Yeah. So like any pictures, any videos, any extra things that you saw, that was like me pushing it to like show you guys exactly everything that we're doing. It is very difficult, but just the whole ride of it is amazing, and that's what we went for.
It was so thrilling.
Yeah,
right?
like
every time I saw you at the hotel, you were just like
yeah, like
and she was
next,
bubbly
yeah,
and she was excited and she was happy. And she
I mean
was
that was definitely the Lonnie drinks that I was drinking, but no, yeah, like, and it was rehearsal, and then right after rehearsal, I think I had maybe like 2 hours of rehearsal, my interview. And it's like my interview. It was very tough. It was 3 judges on one table, 2 judges in another table, 3 minutes to impress these people. 3 minutes to impress them, and everything I say, I hope they jot it down because, you have to keep them interested in what you're saying in order for you to not relate to the 88 other contestants they're about to hear.
Stand out.
And I was in the end. I was 76, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine they heard all these things of, why do you want to be Miss Texas? Oh, because Miss Texas are pretty. Oh, because Miss Texas are this. No, you need to stand out. So that's something I definitely want to work on. My profile for next year, making sure that I fill it up with as many community services or more, just so that so that the judges can think and know that, you know, okay, this girl stands out even more than the others. Look at what she's doing. And just the way I perceive myself, the way I speak, like everything comes to play. And, you know, as soon as the interview was over, showtime. Now it's time to like bring out what I like to do, because that's my favorite part. And I was so excited. I killed it. As soon as I walked up stage, the first text messages was from my lovely friend over here, and she just puts, "I'm crying, you did amazing." And I was like, like it feels so good because she's hard on me. You don't know how many times she would look at my walk and she would say, "I think you can do better."
I would stand there like this.
Yeah, she would look at me
and
like
my face would just
and
she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go again."
Yeah, literally, like there was a time where I would just be like, "Okay, I'll go again," or like, "All right," and then she'll I told her record it because this one's gonna be really good, and then I'll do it and she'll be like,
halfway through the video, I would stop recording.
Stop the music, like, do it again. And I'll be like, oh, like, so when she said that, I was like, okay, I must have done good because she wouldn't have said that. So, going back to it was a long weekend. The second day, it's a little bit more chill because we have just prelims. We have just the final show. So it already cuts the top 15. So basically, if you don't make top 15, you know, you're done for the day. You're done with the competition. So it's definitely a thrilling day because you're like, okay, either my dreams get made today or my dreams get crushed today. So of course I was like, okay, it was happening, it was there. All the feelings go into it. As soon as the show starts, you say everybody says their name and where they represent, and like I said, it's 88 contestants. As soon as they're done, they cut to top 15. So as soon as they cut to top 15, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I was the second group to be called. So when they said my name, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, time to get ready for the second part. You need to impress them again. And I think that's where I was like freaking out because I was like, oh my gosh, I made top 15. Like, this is what I wanted. So something that I would do for next year definitely is take a 7 or 8 deep breaths and just know that I have to go out there and do the same thing I did yesterday, just look a lot more poised, and I think that everything got into me, the feelings got into me, and I was just so happy, and I felt really happy, and I felt proud of myself, which was the best part. I didn't feel like it was a loss. I didn't feel like the world is ending, oh my gosh, like all my work. No, I felt like, okay, I have what it takes. It shows that the judges know that I'm authentic and that I could do this. I'm going to come back for sure.
Yes. How is it? How was it backstage after they announced top 15?
So you actually go into a different room. They move your stuff. Everybody knows who top 15 is already before.
Really?
Yeah, because they need to move our things. We're in a big room.
Ballroom.
Yeah, like a big ballroom. And it's
wow.
just a bunch of chairs. And they put us by numbers. I was 76, like I said. So whenever they tell us, put your number in your dress, we go out in our opening number. So put your number in your dress, and then they move it. So after all of us go outside for our presentation, already about to start the show, the ladies in the back start moving our stuff. So they already know who top 15 is. So as soon as they start moving our stuff, they move us to a different room. I've never been in top 15, so I was like, oh my gosh, this new room, like what is going on? Yeah. I was like looking at everything and looking at the girls, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I remember there was a few contestants that I would look up to, and because they would always get top 5, and I was like, oh my god, I'm here, like you know, this is it.
Yeah, we were sharing that
and I was just like I look at girls like, oh my gosh, she could be a Miss Texas, and I'm here with them, you know. So it was a surreal moment. It was just like, this is what I wanted, this is what I'm doing, and it was very like nerve-wracking and scary, but at the same time it gives you so much power.
It does. You look beautiful. I mean, I know I saw you in all your outfits before the show, before hair and makeup, but when I saw you with hair and makeup, I was like, wow, she looked even better. I was like, yes, that's what you did. You looked amazing. The whole weekend on stage, you were glowing. Me and Savannah were literally screaming, and you were glowing. I don't know what got in you. I don't know if it was those lights, but you were glowing from every angle. We were your biggest fans.
For sure. We really thought when the moment you came out for swimsuit, both of us were like jaws dropped. You were gliding like a cloud
And that,
Loud.
okay, I do want to add, I'm such an extra when it comes to like swimsuit. I was just all over the place, and I would like, oh, this.
It was very sassy.
Yeah, I was just
and very bouncy. Like,
yes,
you know?
like I was such a
So I was waiting for the flip.
No,
She was hoping you would.
And I was gonna throw my water bottle to the stage.
So the first time I went to Miss Texas, I did a famous hair flip that I thought was amazing, and they got after me because they're like, you cannot be sassy and you cannot do anything like that at Miss USA.
It needs to be straight.
It needs to be straight. Yeah, and I was over here being the most extra person, and it's not like that. You need to definitely tone it down.
Though, no?
And they did recognize her. I was about to say they did recognize her, but did she place and was it worth it?
No.
That was the first
She got
year.
recognized on Twitter only.
That was the first
Yeah.
year. So then this year coming around, I definitely told her, and you better not surprise any of us on stage, because I will literally throw my water on stage to you.
Yeah.
And get mad at you
Yes.
on stage.
You were so classy.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And we feared that we hope like the confidence and it doesn't go overboard.
And that's what I was thinking too. That's what I'm saying. Like my adrenaline was pumping, and I was like, no, you have to keep slow. You have to keep slow because it is a pace.
I can
It's
imagine.
a pace. No, literally, my heart was like, oh my god, I should have drank that Alani. Like I was just sweating all over the place. Oh, that too. Like you guys have no idea how bad
'Cause you just have
it
to
smelled.
move.
No, like
Smell
girls
it
need
smelled.
girls need to wear deodorant. Like
the most
it
beautiful
was-
Texas
No.
woman smell bad?
No, but we all knew. Like it was like
was just such a fast
yeah.
paced
Like we were just all like, yup, like it just happens. Like people sweat, people get nervous. No, but yeah, like it was just it's intense just to see all that little. No, it is. Just imagine 15 girls like in dresses or in swimsuits. Like you're all over the place. I threw my swimsuit. I had to do my own hair up. Like when we did evening gown. So I was doing my hair, taking off my swimsuit at the same time trying to put on my dress in less than 10 minutes because that's how much time we had. I could not. It was amazing. It was an experience I'll never forget, and that's what I do because I love to compete. I love the thrill and the rush of it. It's amazing.
Yes.
What
did your grandma tell you afterwards?
Ay, she's so cute. So my grandma actually came up to me and she's like, mija, yo estaba rogando y rogando que ganaras, mija. And I'm like, oh, it like broke my heart when she said that. But she hugged me after, and she actually created a lot of my dresses when I was smaller. She definitely gave me that creative side, and we've always planned on doing a swimsuit collection together. She knows how to sew. She wants to teach me how to sew, and that's the bond that we have. We always said like she was gonna make my quinceañera dress, and she was gonna make my wedding dress, and like all these things because she used to sew. But unfortunately, her hands have been getting just so tired, so she can't really sew anymore. So she's like, I need to teach you because you need to learn. This is a life skill.
It is.
And it really is. Yeah, for sure. I told her, I was like, you need to teach me how to cook and you need to teach me how to sew.
There you go. Yeah.
For sure.
Both things that grandmas are good at.
Yes, for sure.
You should definitely learn. It's an awesome skill to have, and it comes in so handy for anything that you want to do last minute and create.
Definitely. And for creative people, I know your mom is a huge help in everything that she does. She actually got to fix my bathing suit top like a day before.
Yes.
Yes.
You did a lot of things the day before.
The day before, yeah. As prepared as we were still doing things the day before, which is crazy because we were.
I think a lot had to do with the fact that your body was changing like
Crazy, yeah. Even now.
There was practices where, she just had the flat tummy and she was modeling in her bikini and her bathing suit swimsuit, and then 2 days later she was coming in and she had abs, and I was like, 2 days? 2 days? Like, where did you buy those? Because I want to go buy them. And her body was just constantly changing.
Yes.
Thank you to her
Yes,
trainer at
my
the fitness salon.
trainer.
Amazing. Jackie was amazing. Her body looked so different. When we first started practicing for Miss RGV, I started telling her, pointing out little stuff that I noticed about her body in a swimsuit. So then she was going and telling Jackie, her trainer, hey, Savannah notices that, there's a line over here in the back on my back, or my arms need to be a little more firm, and it wouldn't fail. It wouldn't fail. She would come back in a week, and I was like, it looks so much better. That roll is smaller, the arms are thinner, like it it was working for her.
Awesome.
So I know that that's why we, you had to make those changes so last minute because her body was changing like
and
crazy.
Jacqueline actually made a comment to me when you were in the runway. She was like, I wish her bottoms wouldn't have been that tight, Elsa. And I'm like, Jacqueline, we changed the bottoms the night before because it was off-white. It was hard to find. We went with white for her bathing suit.
And I'm glad we did.
Right.
There was only 2 girls wearing white.
Yes. I was like, Mercedes, everyone's going to do... Now we can talk about it. I was like, Mercedes, everyone's going to go for red to look hot or black to look slimmer. Kill them with white. No one wants white because it's going to get dirty. They're gonna not feel confident.
Everyone's already spray tanned.
Exactly.
That's why.
White bathing suit
and I'm like,
tan.
let's do it. And we did. And then, but what happened? She ordered them separate, and it was a different white. So last minute, she was going everywhere looking for a different white bottom because I had different things to take care of. Finishing up the magazine. So that was a problem. So I was like, Jacqueline.
Yes, and that's something. That's another thing that fitness comes a long way, especially when you're doing pageants. You have to keep up that lifestyle, and you have to remember also, and it's something that I actually want to point out with pageants in general. It's not starving yourself, and it's not like not eating and not being proportionate. I learned the healthy way to microdose your meals to make sure you're being healthy. I wasn't going to the gym to be skinny. I was going to the gym to be fit, to be toned, because in a swimsuit you need to be toned. You don't need to be skinny. I was already skinny, so it prepared my brain for a different angle, a different mindset, and working out really does change your mood, your endorphins. You're just a happier person. I haven't worked out and I've been really cranky.
It's crazy what it does to you, right?
Definitely.
I sometimes I was naturally working out at 5 a.m. every day. And then I stopped, and I noticed a huge difference in my moods in the mornings and how productive I am. So today I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna go at 5:30.
You did go, right?
I did go at 5:30. I was like, and it was hard to get there because I hadn't gone in a while. But then afterwards, I was like, I miss this. I miss this feeling.
Me too. No, and just the environment you're in. You're with your girlfriends or working out, and that's what I like too. Also, that you have a group of friends. Like we ended up being really good friends. So it makes sense for us to do things together, and it just helps too. It helps to have that motivation with your friends.
I love this culture that we created through Miss Texas USA. I think all of Mercedes sponsors and everyone that helped her through this road, we all became friends. Yes. We all got close, and we're like, let's all grow together. Like, what do you need? What do I need? What do you need? Yes, I got you. We went to your spray tan.
Yeah, Christina's. She just had a grand opening. She opened up a bigger studio than she already had. So that's it's amazing because we get to share these little successes with each other. Yes. Savannah and I are actually starting. Well, we're not starting it, but we're going to be a part of a nonprofit organization we want to start, and it's going to be with young entrepreneurs. Continue. I feel like I'm talking too much.
No, you're fine. No. So
give us some insight on that.
Yes. So it's this new upcoming organization. We did finalize a name for it, right?
Next Generation RGV.
That's awesome. Yes.
Next Gen RGV.
Next Gen.
And it was just a group of young entrepreneurs. Young professionals. Not all of us are entrepreneurs. Some of us are just young professionals.
Yes.
We go to these networking events and we feel out of place. We feel like,
we're too young.
We're too young to be there. Perhaps we're not as knowledgeable as everyone else in the room. So we stick out like sore thumbs.
For sure.
It'd be a little more comfortable to then join those networking events with your friend. Someone who is in your age range, who's in maybe your generation. So that's what he wants to do. His name is Steven. He does want to start this nonprofit organization. We just had our first meeting a couple of months ago. He's looking to have another meeting, which I want you to attend.
Yes. Sure. And anybody else who is a young entrepreneur or a young professional who just wants to feel more in a setting where you're not forced to feel like people are not going to listen to you. I personally experienced that at STC. Almost everybody that I work for at the marketing department is 30 plus, and I'm the only one that's 24. So sometimes I feel intimidated to speak up in meetings.
Yes.
We're doing a rebranding of the whole school,
That's
and I
amazing.
attend all the
Yeah.
meetings, and like I sometimes feel like, should I say something? Should I not say something?
Or you don't know how they're gonna take it, or they're gonna laugh at you. Or think that
Not
you're
laugh at
good
me.
enough.
Of course, they would not laugh at me. I would hope, but they would definitely just think something, and you know, I don't want them to say anything. But you know, most of the ideas I bring up to the table, they do, and I see them execute them, and I'm like, oh my god, like
And they
that's
want
my
that. They need that because they're surrounded by a different. I know because I'm around. that
you
age
see, and you
group
see, all of
day,
us
every day.
relate to each other, and that's
For
why
sure.
this is starting. That's why I see it. I see it with you. I see it with you. I see it with me. So that's why I'm like, okay, that's exactly why. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so happy that someone out there is doing this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And our
We should have
first
brought
meeting,
Steven too.
right?
We'll bring you guys
Next
along.
time, yeah. Next
Yes.
time, we definitely have to invite him. He is.
So we can
he's
talk
young.
a little bit more
Yes.
about what he wants to do with that organization and stuff like that. But it was a great turnout, our first meeting. I was in shock at that many young professionals were, you know, willing to come on board with us. You know, this is not something that's going to pay you in return. No, this is not going to pay you money. And for these young professionals and young entrepreneurs everyone was between 23 and 27 that were attending this meeting, and there was 15 of us. Imagine
That
when
was the
we
first meeting.
established our bylaws and the logistics and like the proper, you know,
Our statement.
You know,
For
our
sure.
statement for the actual nonprofit organization. Imagine how many people we're gonna get on our
And this is going to create
board.
all these young entrepreneurs to build confidence
And that's
within
exactly.
themselves to be a voice out there and you know influence others in their job in what their artists.
And what there is. And there were so many different things. Like, it wasn't just social media. We had contractors. We had people who build houses.
Builders,
Yeah, like
loan
there was.
officer.
We even had like she's a broker or she's a realtor.
No, she's a loan officer.
Loan officer. Like, so different. Yeah, and Steven was mentioning that he would go up to these people at grocery stores, and he was an A&M graduate, so he did mention he saw his A&M ring, and that he was like, hey, and just invited them to the meeting, and they showed up. So it's good that people show interest, which is what got me excited. I even told Savannah, like, I want to do this. Like, this is fun. And not just that, but it's going to create such a huge impact. Like, imagine telling my future child, like, I created all of this in the RGV.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes,
started on
yes,
this.
that's amazing. That's the goal, right?
Yeah, for
I'm so happy.
sure.
I have a vision of the RGV in the next 10 years, and I feel like how we said it in the last, we're the next Hollywood. We have so much talent.
And you
We
said
have
that
so much
too.
to go, yeah. And
Yeah.
everyone deserves to be heard, and I hope that throughout everything that we're doing, we're giving everyone a chance to be heard.
Yeah,
Giving them a voice.
that's the one goal that I have in mind, and I always say it. Like, I hope that my story, either if it's education, either if it's pageants, either if it's just going for what you like. I do so many videos. I do content. I like to be an influencer, and if I can influence anybody to do something in a positive way, I love that. And I get messages where people tell me like, "Oh my gosh, I went to the figure salon." I've had a couple of the girls who say like, "I went to the figure salon because of you, and now I feel amazing," or "Now I lost 20 pounds. I feel confident," or you know, and that's so nice to hear, because that's my purpose, and that's what I wanted to do.
Yes, for sure. And you know what? Crown or not, as long as you're inspiring others,
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
because if you really think about it, the reason you want the crown is to inspire others and get them to be a good example, right? So crown or not, you continue to still that be your motivation, and girl, the crown is still there.
Yes, the power of social media is beautiful,
Yes.
and I'm glad that I get to be a part of it. Like how you were saying, this generation is amazing, and it is.
It is,
There's
and
so
there's-
much that we can do off of one post or one message. There's so much you can create, and that's the best part. And that's what I like about Savannah too, is that
Yes.
we get along with that. Like, that's how we bond too as friends too. We like content. We like to do what we're doing, and
marketing
the
of it.
marketing, the field of that. And it's crazy to think that a few years ago, marketing was not a big job opportunity. It wasn't a job
wasn't.
opportunity. And, you know, most jobs, I never thought of marketing as my career.
It was hard to be in the marketing world, right, Joe? Because it was your chances were so limited.
Yeah, and then you would go into teaching, right? and then you would go into like being a how do you say it, like a film, like in Telemundo. Like those were the things that they would tell me when I wanted to graduate. They're like, okay, well, you're either gonna be a teacher or you're gonna work at Univision. And I'm like, okay, why? Like
from com studies,
mass like I was like, what do you mean? I was like, and look at all these things that have opened up now.
It was definitely our generation that brought in these new job titles. Like we just basically made up content creator, brand manager, influencer. We made those things up as we went along, and it stuck with our generation. And there's tons of millennials and Gen Zs that are now thriving in social media because of the need for it, the market for it.
And you know what, Savannah, I want to point this out because I know this is your passion. And it's everyone's passion, but I know this is truly your passion because you don't have social media and you do everything that you do regardless. Regardless, because it's in you. It's what you like to do. It's your passion. It's your calling, And I just want to point that out, guys, that she truly does it to fulfill herself and her purpose.
Because she does not have her own socials. She has a Twitter, but she doesn't have Instagram, and that's like the most.
Or for likes, or for comments, or for engagement, or for no one.
For me, it's self-satisfaction.
Yes.
I have a vision. I don't know. I have a vision that I know what a picture needs to look like. I know what a room needs to look like. I know what your shirt needs, design. I have a vision to produce and direct. So I feel like I'm really good at capturing the moment, capturing the shot, capturing that moment. And that's kind of what feeds my inner child.
Yes, you're so selfless.
Yes, that's definitely what feeds my inner child is creating that content and executing those ideas that sit here in my head all day, every day.
That's awesome. Yeah, I noticed that a while back. I was like, it's amazing because you truly do it for yourself. 100%.
Yeah, and I can't tell you the amount of times that they're like, oh, what's your social? And she's like, oh, I don't have one. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't have one. Like, it's so hard to believe because a 23-year-old, that's the first thing. I think that's the most used app on anybody's phone.
I made her an outfit for Miss Texas USA, and I was like, I want to post you, but who do I tag?
Yeah.
I still took the picture. It's on my phone. I kept it for me.
No, yes, but we're all very blessed that we get to have amazing careers. I actually emceed at the Frida Fest in Edinburgh.
Yes. How did that go?
Yes, it was very fun, and it was my first time that I was like an MC job, and they came, they reached out to me, and they're like, hey, we want you to do this, and I thought of it as a great opportunity because I get to public speak. So when I was there, I met somebody else that was also MCing, but he was just like introducing me. So he's like, hey, like I'm gonna go with you, and he was like being really nice. Like, I'm not gonna say he's not, but he was being really nice. He was like, hey, like I'm gonna go with you, so you won't know what to, like, this is what you're gonna do. Like, he was just super like this, but like really guiding me, and I was just like, okay, like he doesn't think I can do this or what. So then we get on stage, right, and he's like, hello, whatever, and like this and this, and he's like, and with me, and I was like, I am Mercedes Leos, and I'm your Miss Rio Grande Valley 2022, and today we're going to, and he was just like what? Yeah. He was like, wait, what? And I was like, what? Like, did I do okay? And he was like, no, you did amazing. He's like, who taught you? And like this, and I was like, no, it was self-taught, I guess. I was like, I've taken a couple.
I was born this way.
Yeah, it's just in me. No, yeah, I was like, I mean, this is me. Like, what I present myself and how I present myself is me. My bubbly personality, it comes through, it shines through. And he was like, he actually told me that he wants his daughter to look up to girls like me. So I thought that was a very nice compliment, yeah. And he told me that I'm doing what he did all his life. I'm already at the level. And he's like, and you should be very proud of that, and you're just gonna keep growing.
Yes.
So it was just it's good to hear that from complete strangers that don't know me, and just the way that they see me and they saw first impression, and that's what he told me. So I know I'm doing something right, and it feels good.
That's good. Yes. It is. I feel like we're very blessed nowadays. We have a shortcut, and I know that we do compared to communications 10 years ago or 15 years ago. People had to work 10 times as hard to just get a regular job, their dream job, or doing something they really loved. and we're honestly blessed, and we have so much opportunity, and some people that I see that are so talented need to take advantage of that, and I call them out all the time. I'm gonna continue to do so too, because they need to know their worth.
Of course.
Well, I want to say something before we wrap up this show.
Go for it, Joe.
I want to encourage you ladies to continue doing what you're doing, and I want everyone at home to know that each and every one of these three wonderful ladies in the studio were at one point my students, whether in high school or whether at the university.
We found out today.
Yeah. So I'm very, very proud. You know, as a teacher, this is like a moment that we look forward to. You know, when you see your students succeed, when you see them thrive, because you see a lot of potential. And you know, you see a lot of potential in the classrooms, and unfortunately a lot of times it just falls by the wayside. And so when you see your students and you see that they have so much potential, and you see them, you know, living up to their potential, you see them, and so I want to encourage you ladies to continue doing what you're doing, because you've got the skills, you've got the you know, the creativity, you've got the ganas.
Drive.
Yes, the drive.
The drive.
To do it, and you have the energy to do it. You guys are young right now. You can still do it, and so go out and continue doing what you're doing, and continue, you know, seeking your dreams and fulfilling your dreams. You know, as you are doing on a daily basis. You know, every day I hear you and I see you go post stuff that you're continuing to accomplish your dreams. You're adding to that bucket list of yours, and you're adding and adding and adding and adding to it, and keep doing what you're doing. And so I'm just want to say I'm very proud of you three. And
Thank you so much.
So,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for
making
and thank
the time.
you for giving me this opportunity too.
Yes,
Today's my first show.
I'm so excited. Yes,
I know. So I'm gonna go back. Joe actually told me this back in November. He had messaged me. He was like, "I would really love you on a show," but it wasn't the right time. It didn't feel like the right time. I was still new at Decibel, sort of new, and I just didn't feel like I could get this on my plate. And I was, you know what? Let's wait a couple of months. And then I reached out to you in February. I had no business back because I had just started social life too. And I was like, I'm ready. Let's do this. But then you weren't ready. Something was going on. So then we waited. And then in May, you were like, okay, let's go. Are you ready? When do we start? Next week? And I'm like, wait. Hold on. Right now, I'm getting ready to go to Miss Texas with Mercedes. Like, give me a chance. Let me wait until I come back. And then that's when you were like, okay, well, let's have an interview and let's just catch up. And I'm like, okay. And that's when we came along. And then now we're like, you know what? The first week when we come back from Miss Texas USA, and I was like, yes, let's do it.
And we're here.
First week we come back and you were out of town.
Oh.
You were out of town, so then today was the day, and today's the day. Things happen for a reason.
Yes.
And I think
So then July 14th next year, we'll have a party for your 1 year.
yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
Your show, and then for your show.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yes,
for that
I
too.
do. Yes, I did tell him about the idea of Savannah and I starting just a woman empowerment type of podcast, and yeah, just further along having more radio time, having
You have a
people
ribbon
listen. Yeah, I know, right?
Does it count?
She has her
We have a ribbon
sisters
in the car.
In the car, she does.
Alamo Chamber.
No, but we're just really fun, energetic, bubbly girls, and we're very, very much involved in the community, and we would love to just share our stories and just have a good
And
time.
we're also big feminists. We're
Yeah.
also like very
Yes.
much like, you know, empower women, empower each other. I tell my parents sometimes when I go vote, and I'm giving myself away. Sometimes if I get to an area on my ballot and I don't even know who or what, but if there's a woman on there, vote next. And I didn't even know anyone on there. But if there's a woman's name, I'm voting.
That's awesome.
Just to put that woman in power. Just to put that woman in office.
We've been meeting so many like powerhouse women. Yesterday we got to meet the owner of Miami Fitwear. She said she started her warehouse and all her things on a suitcase, and that's how
out of a
a
suitcase.
suitcase.
Now she's a multi-million-dollar company as
Yeah.
Miami's
That's
Fitwear.
wow.
So we would want to bring people.
Yeah,
like
we would.
that.
Yeah,
Did
just
she go to Miami? Did
She lived
started
in Miami. She
Oh,
lived in
okay.
Miami. Yeah.
She's from the RGV.
RGV,
though.
But she was living over there, and then she came back. Okay.
Yeah, but her story is amazing, and like we would like to bring out all these wonderful women who inspire us, and I'm sure will inspire so many more.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Joe, do you have anything else for us?
No, I'm just
Yes.
Thank you for listening. To all my friends that are tuning in on the app, I know they all They're all texting me right now.
Aw.
Thank you guys so much. I love you all for your endless support.
That's right. And once again, thank you all for making the time to come out and visit us. The doors are always open here at 97.7 FM. We want to just thank everyone that's watching us and everyone that's listening to us. So until next time, keep listening to 97.7 FM, The City.